We're back in Rotherhithe to cover a spot we've covered before. Just behind the cameraman is a pub called The Angel that we covered in the past. And I mentioned this spot here, which was a palace or a mansion belonging to Edward III in the 14th century. But something strange cropped up upon our research. You see, when we looked at some photos of The Angel, we noticed that in this space here was a giant warehouse. And this got me thinking, this got me wondering, when was the warehouse built? How could it have been built on top of this? And I thought, I had so many questions. I thought, did the warehouse get built disrespectfully on this? Or was the warehouse disrespectfully taken down without permission because the warehouse just wasn't here? Did the people that built the warehouse know about this or not? And upon research, it turns out they did. Now in 1882, Parliament did have a discussion on the preservation of ancient relics, ancient buildings. How long have things like this been protected if it's only since 1882 that the discussion has even begun? Much to our disgust, disturbingly, we discovered that heritage didn't finalise, English heritage didn't finalise until 1983, a few years before my birth. This is horrific and very alarming to myself and anyone that cares. Maybe this is why Millbank Prison, Richmond Palace, the Docklands of the East End were all completely demolished, got rid of forever, because there was no one there to protect them. After the beheading of Charles I, Parliament ripped down Richmond Palace like it was nothing. Now what this does is it concludes to us just how bad the situation is and how much we really have lost without driving the point home too hard. And my short lifetime, I hope half of my short lifetime, has seen more changes, destruction and new builds than the multiple lifetimes before us which lived a relatively similar existence. People look back and think it was too traditional, too boring, but for me there's a huge element of beauty behind it that without heritage preserving it, or us preserving it, cannot be rebuilt and will never be seen again.